Hello everyone, how's it going tonight? Sorry, the stream's a tad bit later than I originally anticipated, but some things end up happening in life. So, tonight, we're having some fun with this decade-old game I've heard people refer to as. It is Skyrim, and it's been a project I've been wanting to do for a while, and things just keep cropping up in my life to make things a little more interesting. Just like what caused things to be a little late tonight for our startup. But I'm glad that we get to dive into this together, everyone. First things first, I hope y'all are having a fantastic October, and hope you're excited for Halloween next week. I know I am. Except for the fact that, my list of what I can dress up as in my costume is very restricted. Work rules. So much fun. But yeah. So unlike other Let's Plays, where you end up seeing that people start off with a brand new character and they build it right in front of you, this one is a character already, well, I want to make it seem like they had time to do training before they jumped into the main story. Makes it a little more fun for background story. So to give the background story for this character, he was a prisoner of the Thalmor as they were sailing north of Skyrim, and then the captain ended up hitting an iceberg and the ship sank. The main character managed to get himself free of his cage and his captors and managed to escape the ship. Seeing that he was the only survivor, he took what gear he could and made his way south and found himself into Dawnstar. Once he was there, the locals helped him, nursing him back to health and so forth. And then he tried figuring out what he was going to do next. He had no recollection of his memory, something he attributed to the Thalmor. And the locals of Dawnstar seemed to be in agreement. They told him about one of the 3 knightly orders who operate chapter houses within Skyrim. The Knights Templar, the Teutonic Knights, and the Hospitallers. They recommended he go to Whiterun and join up with the Hospitallers. Once he got down there, he proved himself through months and months of training and dedication. Ultimately, he became worthy to be a lesser knight of the Hospitallers. And he was granted his first task to go and see what was going on around the mountains to the south of the Throat of the World. After concluding the matter and dealing with some Daedra worshippers in that area, he started making his way back via the mountains that reach around towards Helgen. And that is where it leads us to today. Early in the morning, on the 31st of Last Seed, the 4th era, year 201. Let us begin. They definitely did a good job of making things real snowy up in the mountains. As you can see, there are plenty of mods in play, like the Hospitaller Knights and so forth are part of a nice little Crusader Knight mod. Quite nice how many different armors you get to enjoy in that one. This looks like Helgen. there goes Alduin. But this character's like, what? What's a dragon? What's a dragon doing here? And he looks around and look at all this destruction he sees. He hopes and prays that there are survivors. But seeing how crisp some of the bodies were, he knew that was not going to be exactly likely. Although he did hope. And yes, this is the alternate beginnings mod, which allows you to have more, what's the word I'm looking for? Makes it feel more customizable in how you start things off. Oh look, a dead body. It turns to ash as you touch it, but somehow a leather journal survived the attack. Alright, let's go look at what this journal ends up saying. Wrong category. Adventurer's Journal. This journal contains several undated entries. First entry. Hard to believe I've filled up that whole journal already. Never realized how much of Cyrodiil I hadn't seen yet. So much diversity and yet so much destruction from the Great War. A lot of history has been lost here forever. The expedition is ending soon, and everyone will be returning home. I have one last task to perform before I do the same. I'll send the other journal ahead with my supplies and the artifacts we recovered. Second entry. I've received word from my contacts in Skyrim. All seem quiet for now, probably for the first time since High King Torg was killed. I should be able to make the crossing quietly enough during that night, so long as there are no Imperial patrols to deal with. Third entry. So much for being discreet. I crossed the border near a small village called Helgen and made my way up to the Darkwater crossing. Unfortunately, I can't get back to my camp now because the area is filled with Imperial patrols. It seems they are searching for someone very important, if I am not mistaken. Someone they intend to ambush here. This could be the very thing I am seeking here in Skyrim. But crossing the border in the dead of the night without passing through the checkpoints has turned out to be a very bad plan. Fourth entry. I woke up early this morning with an Imperial sword pressed to my neck. The patrol found me camped under a rock outcropping on the edge of the volcanic marshes. I guess I wasn't as well hidden as I thought. I have no idea where they are taking us, but I've been stuffed into the back of a rickety old cart being pulled by an even more rickety looking old nag. At least they let me keep my journal for now. Fifth entry. Shore's bones. If only I had known sooner. The ambush. The captives in the cart with me. Stormcloak rebels. Led by none other than the Ulfric Stormcloak himself. There's no time to explain properly. I scarcely believe it myself. If I hadn't been for the dragon, I had not even be here to write this down. Yes, a dragon, big, black, and large, as the towers of the keep itself. It swooped in out of nowhere and laid waste to the village and the keep. General Tullius didn't take my head today, or the heads of several Stormcloak rebels. But that doesn't matter now. Hadvar and Ralof set aside their differences to help the survivors. They went into the lower keep hours ago. Something about caves with a back entrance. I don't think they're coming back. I'll have to see if I can get out of the city and down to Riverwood. Someone needs to warn them. This building won't remain standing for much longer. I can't believe it. A dragon! Straight out of the legends. Nobody back home will ever believe me. after reading that tale and what that journal said. The young crusader knew he had to go and warn the town. He had to warn the locals about what was going on so they could better prepare to deal with the dragon. But he also worried a little bit about the two who went back into the cave, wondering if they were fine, if they were alright. So he tried to find his way. That little nice narrative can be such fun. What the? Who's this? Hello, good sir.
That's close enough.
Wait a minute. I don't want trouble.
Never should have come here.
Obviously, you want trouble, punk. And stay down. Poor souls. Lost to this blasted bandit. Let's see if I can find that cave. He listened in. As I listen in, I hear no noise. The Crusader concluded they must have already gotten out. He prayed that they were safe. But he had to go about warning them. Warning Riverwood about the dragon.
Looking. I do everything myself.
You there. Be on your way.
He was confused at the large group of Thalmor that had appeared. Some concern started to run over his mind, wondering if they were part of the group months ago that had him captive. It was not often that you'd see a large group of Thalmor like that in one group. Typically they ran in groups of 3, not a search party of that size. But as they had not stopped him to say they recognized him, he continued on. Riverwood would be a good place to start warning people, and then his nightly order would help spread it across Skyrim more.
Hey, over here. Please help.
What the? Miss, what's going on? What's wrong?
You need to help me. There's a wounded girl over there by the cliff.
Okay, slow down, calm down. Tell me what the hell is going on here.
They're looking in the wrong place. She's too heavy for me to move. Help me carry her to safety. I have a camp not far from here, on the lake. She'll be safe there, if she survives.
Who's looking for her?
The Thalmor.
Okay, I'll help you. If I spite the Thalmor, even better. Lead the way.
This way.
Down, wolf. Stay down. there's a glitch. Dang it. That's one downside of the Rigmore of Bruma mod. It likes to glitch in certain moments. Let's see if I can correct that. Hold on a moment. Meantime, we can mention our sponsors. W Energy. Use my promo code Red Thunderfang and you get 10% off.
You mean you can't find her? Keep looking.
Yeah, this was the first. This was the last part in the save I had available, so. Yeah. This does happen sometimes. Oh well. At least the game didn't stall while. At least the game didn't stall 8 hours into gameplay, and then, oh, look at all this time you've lost out on. Boy.
Hey, over here. Please help.
What in the world? Said she's hunting wolves. Okay, miss, come on. Alright, what's wrong?
You need to help me. There's a wounded girl over there by the cliff.
Calm down, tell me what this is all about. Yeah,
You're
I'm
looking in the
repeating the
wrong
lines
place.
again. What can I do?
She's too heavy for me to move. Help me carry her to safety. I have a camp not far from here, on the lake. She'll be safe there, if she survives.
Who's looking for her?
The Thalmor.
Okay, I'll help you. Lead the way.
This way.
At least the official format of this video will be in better shape.
I saw what happened. They chased her to the cliff edge. She jumped into the canopy of that tree above to escape.
Oof.
It saved her fall mostly, but she's badly injured. But if we can get her to my boat, she might survive. Please, if you carry her, I'll lead the way.
Understood. Let me go and put my shield up real quick. There it is. Yes, I'm using a particular mod which increases my armor skill and such. Just for reference, I only do it for narrative purposes. Up we go. There we go.
This way. Follow me. Take it easy and be careful.
Alright, lead the way. What is it? Thalmor?
We need another route.
Agreed.
Up here. This way.
Here they come this way. Oh, so delightful. Stay just outside their sight. I don't know if they attack you if they catch sight of you. I just... Narratively, you
Not
don't
far
want
now. Wait here. Let me make sure the coast is clear.
Narratively, you don't want to end up catching their attention. You're okay, miss. Right here.
Okay. It's clear. Come on.
Alright, let's proceed on. When I play this quest, a Crusader really feels appropriate. To me, anyway. A lot of people play from starting this mod from fresh playthrough. Can be a little tricky
Down
in
here,
that case.
quickly.
Coming.
Rose, are you mad? They'll kill us.
I am not letting those bastards push us around, Hedron.
Who's this stranger? Can we trust him?
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to do what is right, even if it means risking everything. Put her in the boat.
Alright, young lady. Let's get you in there. Here we go.
Come on, let's go. My camp is over there. Pick her up and put her on the bedroll.
Got it. Here we go. Definitely say it adds a bit more fun with the fact, with what this mod provides. Even though I will admit there are some little gaps and such, but they did a pretty good job with this. Here you go, young lady.
Okay, let's take a look under this armor. Oh my. There's a deep cut running about her midriff. She's lucky she wasn't disemboweled.
Oof.
She has lost a lot of blood. We will need to gather some things or she won't survive. Would you stay and help?
Of course. What kind of supplies you need?
Take the boat back to the Guardian Stones. Then go to the Riverwood Trader, talk to Luke and Valerius or his sister Camilla. Buy some furs and clean linen. They're good people. Don't tell them what it is for. We don't want to bring trouble down on anyone. Of course, a healing spell might help to stabilize her if they have one, but it's still going to be a slow recovery.
Gotcha. What are you gonna be doing?
I'll stay here and keep her warm and dry, but be careful. There might still be Thalmor soldiers in and around the village, so have an alibi ready. Oh, and don't go wandering off. If Lucan or his sister ask you to retrieve a golden claw, leave it. If you abandon her now, she may not make it. And we need you here.
Don't worry. I'll be back.
Here, take this coin.
Gotcha. Yeah. This mod trilogy, the Rigmore mods, in my opinion, loads of fun. He makes it to the other side of the lake and sets his course to Riverwood. with two tasks in his mind. One, getting the supplies that the young lady needs to survive, as well as warning the locals about the dragon attack at Helgen. He always enjoyed the beauty that Skyrim's wildlife and terrain always brought. One thing he really enjoyed about his outside of the chapter house training was when he'd go out into the wilderness for weeks at a time. Uh-oh. He has found the same Thalmor group that he saw earlier, recognizing him. Third time coming across him. He hoped this wouldn't lead to problems if he approached the gate.
You there! Halt! What business do you have being here?
Just passing by. What seems to be the problem?
Have you seen this girl pictured on this poster?
No. I have not seen her.
Well, take a good look at it. And if you do, make sure you report it to the authorities. There's a sizable reward being offered for information leading to her capture. 18 years old, around 5 feet 6 inches tall, with shaven hair.
All these soldiers for one young girl.
She is extremely dangerous and wanted for murder. Anyone caught being involved in aiding her will be summarily executed, and their families arrested and sent to Valenwood.
Be assured, I'll keep that in mind.
Good, good. Be on your way now.
He never liked the Thalmor, particularly after his earliest memories being held captive by him on that ship. He spotted who he assumed was the leader of the group. He decided to hide behind a post and investigate, listening in on the conversation.
Wait. Now explain yourself. What's the meaning of this interruption?
There is a dangerous criminal in the vicinity. I am deploying my troops in the immediate area.
No, not possible. It's time for you to leave, my friend.
Am I hearing this right? You are demanding I leave?
You heard right.
This is preposterous. Are you insane? I am well within my jurisdiction as Justiciar to deploy my troops in the immediate area. I shall speak to the Jarl myself.
Here's the situation. Whatever you have to say to the Jarl, you can say to me. So you have my attention.
This is outlandish.
I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as this.
Do you know who I am?
I'm not going to warn you again.
You haven't heard the last of this. I shall be filing a report, yes. And you'll be sorry.
He waited for the Justiciar to pass before he made his next move, taking in everything he heard and trying to make a decision about what was going on.
I heard Lucan yelling the other day about a thief breaking into a store. It wasn't me, honest.
I'm pretty sure, kid.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no. No adventures, no theatrics, no thief chasing.
Ah, their lovely argument
Well,
on
what
the
are you going to do
subject
then,
of the
huh?
claw.
Let's hear it.
We are done talking about this. Oh, customer. Sorry you had to hear that. The Riverwood Trader is everything you need in a general store.
Well met. I need some clean linen for bandages. Might you be able to help?
Got something for just about everybody in here. Let's see what we can do.
I'm also going to need a warm fur to use as a blanket.
I think you'll appreciate this.
Thank you.
I trust you're not planning any trouble.
No, just helping someone out. Again, I thank you.
It was a pleasure. Good luck. I'll be here if you need me.
After acquiring the items, he decided to make his way into the town to find
You're new
someone
around
to,
here, so I'll go easy on you. But don't get on my bad side.
to find someone he
Officers
could
are too
warn.
friendly with strangers, but you seem alright.
So he headed over to the blacksmith's, thinking that'd be a good spot to start. As the businesses could spread work
Ain't
quite
every day
well.
we get visitors in Riverwood.
Greetings.
Whatever you need. Buy you smear if it's simple and strong. I can forge it.
Good sir, I just came from the south, and a dragon attacked and destroyed Helgen.
What? A dragon? In Helgen? That explains what I saw earlier. Flying down the valley from the south. I was hoping I was wrong about what I thought it was.
That dragon flew off this way. Certainly you must have seen it.
You're right. I saw it. Didn't want to believe my own eyes is all. A dragon. Here in Skyrim. What's this world coming to? First the war, now dragons. Trouble loves company, they say. The Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood is defenseless. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever soldiers he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Understood, sir. Understood. After warning the blacksmith, he made his way back over to one of the posts, ironically next to the one he hid behind, to look at the wanted sign. Wanted, Rigmore of Bruma. 15,000 gold septums, dead or alive. Concern ran over his head, occupying his mind, wondering what she could have done to make the Thalmor want to spend that kind of gold to hunt her down. His hatred for the Thalmor grinned at the thought of spiting them this
New to
much.
Riverwood? If you're looking for work, go see Hod at the mill.
He started his way back to the camp to deliver the goods and to let the huntress know about their young lady in their care. Now, while I'm traveling through here, I'm going to take a moment and keep forgetting to go and favorite some gear. I keep forgetting to go over this. I have no clue. Only a concept I started using in the special edition here on Xbox One. Never back there in the 360 days. The Rigmore of Bruma mod always does a good job paralleling pretty close to alongside with the vanilla storyline a bit. Splitting off after a certain point and then be able to get back into it later on. You'll see the path in which I have the main Skyrim quest split off and take over be run by the Rigmore mod storyline until that's done, and then get back into the Skyrim vanilla quest. Back to camp. He took off his helmet as he approached the camp.
Did you get the items?
And don't be misled by the hairdo. He's not old. Not really. He ain't really old. Yes, here's the stuff.
Thank you. See those scars on her back? Marks of the lash. Something tells me this girl has a story to tell. We just need to keep her alive so she can tell it. I have dressed the wound as best I can with some daub. It has stopped the bleeding, but she's lost a lot of blood. These bandages will help, and we can keep her warm with the furs. The good news is she's taken some water. That is always a good sign. But there's a risk of fever, so we must keep the fire alight.
So what do we do now?
What now? We wait. If she survives the next few days, there's hope. We can find out who she is, where she comes from, and I can take her home if she has one.
He then went and sat down, taking off his backpack. He's been carrying it all day so far. Her name is Rigmore of Bruma.
What? How do you know that?
There are wanted posters all over Riverwood.
Rigmore of Bruma, huh?
Apparently, she's wanted for murder.
Well, I am not going to judge until I hear her side of the story. I'm Rose, by the way. And you? Where are you from?
I was wandering past this way when I ran into Helgen. And, well, came down this way from there.
Is the rumor true? A dragon attacked the castle.
Yeah, I was on my way to Riverwood when you called for help.
Well, you wandered by at the right time, it seems. I am pleased to have met you.
I take it that you've been hunting and fishing around these parts for years, right? I know, cheesy pickup line for a hunter. All the use on a huntress.
I wasn't always a hunter, and I hate fishing.
Why is that?
My father would always take me fishing and make me sit there by the bank, staring into the water. It made me feel dizzy and sick. And one day he caught this huge fish and forced me to take it. I could barely hold it in my hands, and he's yelling at me, "Rose, put it back! Quickly throw it back into the river!" I panicked, and it slipped from my fingers and dropped onto a piece of driftwood, killing it. When I saw the blood rumbling in the water, I began to cry. He never hit me again. So, I did the hunting and had her the fishing.
I will say, I do find it interesting how, well, the hairdo actually looks like me from behind. Yeah, early onset balding. Not fun. So, does that mean Hedron is your partner?
Oh, no. Nothing like that. He's a good friend, that's all.
So, what did you do before becoming a huntress?
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Uh-oh.
Hey.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Hey, it's all right. You're gonna be fine. Here, take some water. That's... Here you go. This is a good sign. Oh, I need to make some soup for her. We're gonna need to build her up. Some protein and iron supplement, like venison for me, and cabbages. Would you stay and help?
He stood up before looking at her, giving her his answer. What do you need me to do?
Anise makes a special potion made from metals. That will help her if she gets a fever. She also has cabbages. Maybe you could hunt for the venison? Go see Anise and tell her Rose sent you.
Anise?
She has a cabin not far from here. If she isn't talkative, just tell her Rose sent you and take what you need. But under no circumstances must you go down into the cellar.
How do you know all this stuff? Are you a physician? Or perhaps a witch?
No, I was in the army. It isn't the first time I've had to do something like this.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to seem like I was prying.
That's okay. I'll tell you about it sometime.
Right. So, Anise's cabin.
Anise's cabin.
Don't go down in the cellar. Right.
Right. Don't go down into the cellar.
Got it. I'll be back.
Oh, I nearly forgot. Rigmore's cuirass.
What about her cuirass?
The armor is damaged and will need to be repaired. Anise's cabin is near Riverwood. Could you drop it off at Alvor's after visiting Anise?
Sure. Why not?
Take the armor to Hedron. He works part-time as an apprentice for Alvor's family.
Got it. Pass it over here.
Find him and give him the cuirass. He will do what is right.
Note that. He set on his way over to go and deliver it. And retrieve the medical supplies. Yeah. In which world is soup considered a medical supply? Supplements. The supplement store would definitely say it counts. Yeah. And for those curious, here's what his face looks like. Looking at it from rear angles, yeah, it looks very familiar. Early onset balding is a legit thing that people deal with. I am one of them. Oh well. That's how life is. Yeah, without mods, the closest thing you can get to chainmail kind of armor is the armor you get from the different guards of the different holds. Yeah, there are 3 different types of mods where you can get the chainmail armor. There's the one I'm currently using, there's the Unplayable Factions mod, and then there's realistic armor. And technically this one's the smaller of the different mods. So, oh man, look at that lovely sunset in the distance. That's one thing that's great about Skyrim. Does a good job of making it look so wonderful. Sunlight. Dawn and dusk. Ooh. Better deal with this wolf before he gets a pounce on me. Come on. And down he went. And yes, the sword is from the Crusader mod. At a later point, I'll write down what the mods are I'm using. The cloak is another one. And looks like we're having a connection problem momentarily. always fun when this happens. It's the downside of doing a Xbox to PC kind of streaming, but can't do much on overlay when you're just trying to go through the Xbox. Plus, I'm still trying to find a way of getting it done through YouTube that doesn't require OBS. Let's continue. We arrive at Niece's cabin. Niece's, who he assumes is the Anise that was mentioned. Greetings. You must be Anise.
I was a beauty in my day, dearie. Don't act so surprised. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
Rose sent me.
Take a good look around. I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for.
Right. I'll just grab a few things and be on my way. Okay?
Until next time.
Alright. Avoid the cellar. Oh, look. There's some venison right there. Alright. Ooh, that's a very useful book for a crusader. Healing Hands. Especially since the Hospitalers, think about it. What word in modern day English sounds like that? Hospitals. Yep. In their story, they actually are the Hospitalers are very healer-ish. I'll go into the details on it on a later time. Probably in a short video. Alright. He makes his way on through to Riverwood. Trying to find a place to cross without jumping into the water. Yeah, no, it doesn't really matter, but narrative. Ooh, a rabbit. At least not the white rabbit that leaps about. Has wee sharp teeth. Alright. Oh look, mud crab. Sorry, not sorry. Crab meat. The claws are actually one of the big ingredients in creating a cure disease potion. Most useful. Especially later on in this mod, the next mod. Yes, there's more than one part to the Rigmore series. Currently only Rigmore Bruma and Rigmore Cyrodiil are available. But Rigmore of Tamriel is under production. Oh, no, that's a bit of fun. A deer just went and ran into the... Oh, that's very nature-esque. Well met, sir. Rose mentioned you could help me.
Sure, what's the problem?
I need some armor repaired. Think you can do it?
Let me see, place it on the bench.
There you go.
Are you mad? The Bruma Crest is a dead giveaway. You're taking a big risk bringing it here. Thalmor have their spies everywhere, especially that thug Morian.
Whoa. Morian? Who's Morian?
He's some distant relative of the Jarl of Falkreath. Morian's been sniffing around here lately asking questions about that girl in the posters.
Alright. Let's break it down. Can you fix it or not?
Give me a couple of days. Hopefully Thalmor will have left by then.
Thank you, Hedron.
Thank me for what? Now go, quickly. If anyone asks, you came here to check out the shop. And tell Rose she owes me big this time.
I don't doubt. I gotta say, I really do enjoy looking at the artistry work of that armor. We'll get a better chance later on to view the emblem on it. Bruma. Alright. Now he's dropped off the armor. He starts making his way back to camp. Try to be careful looking over his shoulder now that he knows someone's spying for the Thalmor. Finding it a bit dishonorable how spies do their thing. Then again, he's a soldier. A lesser knight who believes in honor. And he looks forward to the day when he can wear the heavier armor of a full-on knight. And he's heard tales about some of the other great crusaders. From the main 3 orders in Skyrim, from the lesser orders that operate without a chapter home, all the way back to the great iconic divine crusader himself. Which we all know was also the hero of Kavach. Nice happy night sky. There was one mod I was playing with at one point that really made the night sky look really interesting. But, gotta be careful of space, since Xbox apparently only has so much space for mods. Yeah. One day I'm hoping to get to go up to using a PC for this, but that day will come when it comes. Skyrim would be a fun place to live. At least the terrain. The magic and such, oof. That'd be interesting to try and comprehend. Lord Almighty, that'd definitely be interesting, especially with them being like, there are 8 divines, there are 9, there are 8, there are 9. I'd be sitting there like, there's only one Lord, Jesus Christ. And then, of course, the Thalmor would be pouncing down on me hard. As he made his way back towards the camp, he thought about what all was going on and how it would be affecting what moves he'd have to make to protect them.
So, how was Anise?
She was okay, I guess. I got the supplies you wanted.
Thanks for all your help. What did Hedron say?
Give him a few days, until it's died down a bit.
I knew I could rely on him.
He didn't like it one bit, and says you owe him big time.
I'll make it up to him. I was thinking while you were away, you don't need to hang around here if you don't want to. She's stabilizing more every hour. It shouldn't be long before she recovers enough to begin helping herself. Of course, she'll be weak for a few days, but you've done more than enough.
I'd like to stay and help.
You are a good person. That's a rare thing these days. We can take it in turns watching her if you like.
You got yourself a nice little setup here by the lake.
They won't find her here. The locals keep away because of the sunken fort.
What sunken fort?
Over there. It's meant to be haunted, so it keeps nosy people away.
I might check it out later just to be sure.
The mill over yonder belongs to Hearn and Hurt, but I wouldn't stay there the night if I were you.
Why not?
Just take my word for it. But they're friendly enough to trade with. Hearn will buy any logs you might have cut for coin.
Good to know. Is there anything else you need for this camp here?
Oh.
Rose, is something wrong?
Well, actually, no, it's too dangerous.
Come on, Rose, what is it?
No, forget it. It's only a rumor anyway. You've already done so much.
Rose?
You know, there's several places around here that's dangerous. Necromancers, bandits, all that kind of thing. Well, lately they've been getting a little too close for comfort.
You want me to kill these bandits and necromancers?
No. But I was thinking, once this girl Rigmore is safely back where she should be, what then? I can't carry on doing this for the rest of my life. It gets more dangerous every day. And now you have come along, there's a chance to get out of here once and for all.
Go on. I'm listening.
There's a rumor that on the very top of the mountain, this one behind me, there's an ancient shrine. It's said to be full of gold and treasures. No one who has ever tried to climb it has to this day survived. All have perished. Not even the bandits dare attempt the summit. No one really knows what's there.
So, let me get it straight. You want me to go up there and take a look, right?
Whatever you find, we split it down the middle.
Why don't you have Hedron go?
Because I don't trust him not to get himself killed.
Well, I guess that means you trust me enough to get back in one piece.
Yes. Yes, I do. We kind of got pushed together because of this girl. You have shown time and time again you are virtuous, kind, and caring. I know it's a long shot, and so totally out of character for me. I'm sorry. Please forget I even mentioned it.
I'll do it. If anyone deserves a new life, it's you, Rose.
Only if you're sure.
Where do I start?
Just up ahead, there's a gold ore vein. Once there, just face the mountain and climb. Please, be very careful. We don't know what's up there.
Wish me luck.
I'll make it up to you.
When she called him virtuous, he got a bit ego brushed. He gets his helmet and his shield on, and he begins his trekking up the mountain. This mod definitely makes Skyrim more interesting in my opinion. Several different quest mods out there, even on the Creation Club, but in my opinion this one tops several of them. Good chunk of them are just exploration. Alright, so we're at the top up here, and that ain't no gold ore, man, that's silver. And oh, well, that's convenient. In one staircase he was surprised to find, as he climbed up, making it easier on him. Going up and up and up. Trying to find his way around through these rocks and such. And then he catches eye on a frost troll. he had not. Frost trolls are some dangerous creatures. And yes, you end up running into these things, whether you're level 3 or level 27, when climbing up this mountain range. So you can kind of understand why I've got this mod in place for the tougher armor. As he looked around, he saw the different people who had tried to climb and fell victim to the troll. He began climbing up the next way of the mountain. Higher and higher he climbed, finding a flag posted right there. He raised an eyebrow at how it was marked. Probably by some other travelers who made it this high. He had a nice view of the lake from up there as the nightly snow set in. Started to watch his step more. Catching a scent on the wind, he recognized another troll was in the vicinity. He knew he had to get to the high ground, because against this, he could easily get knocked down. Yeah, if he was to get knocked down, that'd be a long way down. And I forget to reach at some of these weapons sometimes. As that troll fell, he began making his way up. Once he reached the bottom of the stairs, he took a minute to catch his breath. As the cold wind he continued to blow, he knew he had to make his way up to the top quickly to see what this shrine was that this rumor spoke of. The rocks being slick from all the ice and snow, making his climb up a little bit more interesting. He didn't recognize what kind of craftsmanship looked like this shrine was, but he could tell how ancient it was as he went and made his way in. Once entering, he recognized it was from a book. It was a shrine of Azura, the Daedric Prince of Dusk and Dawn. Found a note and went to read it. A gift from Azura. Do not waver, wary traveler. Accept this gift with only the truest of hearts. Take it with the love and blessings of Azura. Only with the purest of intentions, lest we become corrupted. Take heed when a gift becomes a curse. Ain't that truth? Always gotta be careful when that does happen. He began collecting the coins, as he knew it would be useful for both him and Rose. Mostly Rose. Didn't quite content on these codes could be a bit interesting. So he started smelling the bottles. He recognized that it was alcohol. So he started backing them up. As this was done, he figured this was a Dunmer design after a few minutes. And he knew their booze could last a long time. Once he was finished, he left the temple. After leaving that shrine, he started making his climb back down. Being cautious and weary, these rocks might be slippery. Yeah, narrating while gaming. Such fun. He did a pretty good job of setting up these little add-ons onto the terrain for this mod. Makes it easier to find the pathway, even though there's some empty spots, I will admit. Still though, loads of fun. Especially with the extra story content. Oof. That was a harder fall than anticipated. As he made his way back into camp.
Did you find anything? Was there any treasure?
He heard her ask that question. He decided to sit down, calmly and with discipline. Removed his shield and removed his helm before looking at her, going from a stern face to a curling grin. Sure was. Here's your share of the treasure.
Thanks. I can really plan ahead and make life better for myself with this. I really don't know how to thank you.
So what are you going to do with your share?
I always wanted to visit the Gold Coast. Once I'm done here, I'll make my way to Cyrodiil and see where the adventure takes me.
Set yourself up hunting again, I take it?
I always fancied owning a guest house or inn.
Well, I wish you only the best, Rose.
What about you? What will you do?
Probably go back to my nightly order. See what next task I gotta do is to get to be a full-fledged knight. But enough about that. How's our girl doing?
She's holding up. She's taken to the soup, and the nettle potion has helped a great deal. It shouldn't be long before she's sitting up. Thanks for all your help. You've been most kind. I'll still have to think of some way to reward you.
I think we got all the reward we need.
I did say I would think of a way to make it worth your while.
Yeah, this gets to be an interesting spot where it could go either an interesting way for them, but technically he's a little more virtuous. And neither did I expect anything. I'm helping because I care.
Oh, I embarrassed myself yet again. Life is hard for me. I'm sorry.
I would never take advantage of anyone. Especially not you, Rose.
Oh. You're not like most of the others.
Wait. The others?
Okay. Now I'm blushing.
You have a big heart, Rose. I mean it.
I really appreciate it. I really do.
I'm glad to have met you, Rose.
You'll make a good husband one day for that lucky person.
Maybe I'll be the lucky one and find just the right girl for me.
Maybe you are.
What now?
Why don't we get some rest?
What about Miss Rigmore here?
She'll be fine. With a bit of luck and the god's blessing, she should be sitting up in no time.
Yeah, always smart to give Rose her share, because if you don't, you wake up in the morning and she takes all your stuff and you're butt naked. I'm not kidding. Ugh. After a minute of contemplation and prayers for the day, he went to lay down for the night. Finding a nice, happy hay pile right next to her. Scooting over to the side to give respectful space.
Hey! Hey! Hey!
The next morning, he wakes up, hearing the sound of a young lady that you didn't recognize. He recognized what direction it came from, and assumed it must be Rigmore. You're awake.
Hey! Where's my stuff?
Don't worry, your stuff is all safe. Her hostile attitude caught his attention a bit.
What happened?
You were badly wounded, that's what happened.
How did I get here?
I carried you here.
Yeah, hey. Thanks for that. Sorry, I can be an asshole at times. My social skills are somewhat lacking.
You can say that again.
I was falling. It all went dark.
Have you seen Rose?
Is that her name?
She helped save you.
She said she was going to see some guy in Riverwood. She said there were a lot of Thalmor around recently, and now as I'm sitting up, she wanted to check if the coast was clear.
How long has she been gone?
About an hour.
How are you feeling? Any better?
Damn, it hurts. But I'm okay, I guess.
Okay, listen to me. I'm gonna go get Rose, alright?
You're coming back, right?
I'll be back with Rose and your Kiras.
My cuirass?
Yeah, it was damaged. I'm guessing that's where she went to go pick it up.
She's going to be alright, isn't she?
I guess we're about to find out.
What if something happened to her? What if something happens to you? I'll die out here. I can hardly sit up, let alone survive.
Sometimes you have to do what's right, even if it means risking everything. A nice little motto, I'll agree.
I'll be fine. Just don't get killed, okay?
Yes, ma'am. He noticed the boat was still here, so he figured she must have gone on foot. He left his shield and helmet and bag, figuring he didn't need them. After he made landfall on the other side of the lake, he began making his way towards Riverwood. Wondering in his mind, was everything going to be alright? He figured it would be, because Rose seemed like she was a capable warrior and able to handle herself. Yeah, that is a beautiful sunrise right there. Like I said, quite beautiful. Just looking at the time there. Roughly where I figured it would be. Kinda. Some sign of relief started to wash over him as he approached Riverwood. But then the moment he started seeing a group of thugs approach him, that relief shattered into more focus and concern, as he knew this was going to get bad.
Well, well, well. What do we have here? Hedron has been telling us all about what's been going on.
Oh, has he now?
Yeah, and if you don't want to join that skank Rose in some Thalmor torture chamber, you'll pay us 100 gold and be on your way.
Well, you see, there's a little problem.
Hey lads, it seems we have a little problem. I'll wager you don't have enough gold, right? Or maybe your brain is addled with mead.
Addled with piss, more like.
You see, that cuirass you're wearing, that belongs to a friend of mine.
You mean this cuirass? Well, I'll tell you what. The price is now 1,000 gold. And there's no leave it option.
Take it, take it.
Take it in the ass.
Now then, if you would hand over that cuirass like a good boy, as I know you're going to.
What?
I might just let you leave here with your heads instead of having to shove them up your asses.
Get 'em, boys.
Never come here.
Come on. Let's take this outside. I'll give this for the enemies from this mod. They're tougher.
Better this one than me.
After he slew Morian, he made his way back into town
Nobody believes me, but I tell
To
you,
do-
I saw a dragon.
to deal with Hedron.
You killed them. You killed them all.
Hedron, what happened to Rose?
I didn't know at the time that Morian had been spying on me. Saw me working on the armor and told the Thalmor. When Rose came to fetch it, they were waiting.
Where did they take her?
I don't know. They headed south, but Morian was bragging he'd been to their base, a fort in the mountains on the border. It wasn't my fault.
Well, you better get this mess cleaned up.
What about Rose?
Leave Rose to me. I'll take care of her.
Jarl Balgruuf isn't happy. Irileth is meant to be on her way.
He made his way back over to Morian, where he proceeded to remove Rigmore's cuirass from the body. And then he goes and says to himself, this just got more complicated. Those Thalmor are gonna pay. Well, everyone, that concludes tonight's stream. I hope you all enjoyed it. Give me a like and comment down below. And if you want to help support the channel, please subscribe to my Patreon. And catch you around for the next one as we crusade for Skyrim.